Hello everyone, I am Dr. Lokesh Handa, Senior Consultant Plastic Surgeon practicing in Greater Kailash, South Delhi. So today we will be talking about one of the very interesting topics and also quite a popular topic in the plastic surgery, which is liposuction. So what is liposuction? Liposuction is a technique where we remove the excess and stubborn fat in the body. Lipo is the word which is used for fat, and suction means the process by which we suck out the fat from the body parts. It is usually the subcutaneous fat, that means the fat which is deposited under the skin. So we remove only that fat. So there is another component of the fat which is visceral fat, which is basically wrapped around the internal organs. So we have no access to that fat in liposuction. So we are removing the fat which is under the skin. So now who are the candidates for liposuction? Liposuction is usually done in people who have excess weight, and particularly those who have weight like 30% above the normal body weight. Too much of body weight, or if the BMI exceeds more than 35 or 40, then they are candidate for other surgery, which is bariatric surgery, and that is basically done to first lose the weight, and then we are eligible for the liposuction or other cosmetic surgeries. So how this procedure liposuction is done? This is done under local anesthesia or general anesthesia. It can be done in the clinic or in the hospital, depending on how much fat is to be removed. If you have fat in the tummy areas, in the flanks, in the thighs, so with the large areas, we have to do the procedure in the hospital under general anesthesia. Now what is done in the procedure is that after the anesthesia is given, then we first inject the fluid in the subcutaneous or under the skin using special cannulas. Okay, so once the fluid is all infiltrated, then it helps to liquefy the fat. After that, the fat is then suctioned out because the fat is liquefied. Now based on this liquefaction of the fat or the melting of the fat, there are various techniques or various technologies which are used, out of which Vaser is one of the foremost technology. So now this Vaser is a technology where the machine, it has got ultrasound energy which is then emitted through the tip of the cannulas. The cannulas are basically the fine rods which are inserted under the skin, and they help to melt the fat. So once the fat is melted by using this Vaser ultrasound energy, then it is very easy to take the fat out. This Vaser energy also helps not just in melting the fat, it also helps the contouring and also the contraction of the skin. So the more contraction of the skin, better is the contouring of the body. Also, it doesn't damage the nerves and the vessels under the skin, so that leads to less bleeding and the quick post-op recovery. So now the question is where all liposuction can be done. So this liposuction can be done in the tummy area, in the flanks, in the back, in the thighs, in the calves, around the knees. Then there are deposits of fat. So this can also be done in the lower face and under the chin, where the fat is deposited and is really known as double chin. Then it is done in males in the chest area, where a condition called gynecomastia, where the man boobs they develop, and it has got gland mixed with the fat. So usually the fat is taken out with the liposuction and gland is then taken out surgically. And then lastly, in the underarms, in these areas which become flabby and the fat is deposited, so contouring of arms can be done by liposuction. So now how much time does this liposuction take? Usually liposuction takes 2 hours or 3 hours, depending on the amount of fat and also depending on the areas involved and how much areas are to be done in a single session. In most of the cases, the liposuction is done in 1 or 2 areas only at a time, not more than that, because that is the safety protocol. And also it is recommended that we should not take out more than 5 liters of fat per session, or it should be less than 10% of the body weight. But overall, more than 5 liters fat should not be taken out, as it can then post-op recovery in the patients. Recovery after liposuction. So the recovery of liposuction usually takes few days it's like 3 to 5 days, and once the patient is discharged from the hospital, then next day we remove the bandages and we make him wear the pressure garment. This pressure garment is a very important part for the recovery in the patient. Why this is needed? Because it provides contouring to that particular area, and also it prevents accumulation of the fluid that is getting leaked inside, and thus it doesn't let the body or the skin hang or get it loosened. So it makes the skin tight and helps in the contraction of the skin as well. So that's why pressure garment is very important, and one has to wear it 24/7 for at least 3 to 4 weeks. That means in the first month post recovery. The bruises after liposuction, they usually settle in like 5 to 7 days, and the person is fit to go to work, you can say within a week. And it is also advisable that the person should start doing exercises after 2 to 3 weeks of liposuction, because that will help in the building up of the muscles, in the toning of the muscles, and the toning of the skin as well, so which provides proper shape to that particular body part. And those people who are quite fitness enthusiasts, they can start doing exercises in 2 weeks after liposuction, and those who really don't do much exercise, they can start 3 weeks after liposuction. And once the exercises are started, then over a period of 1 month, they can even go for a proper weight training, building up of the muscles, which will help in the toning of the muscle and the skin, and help in contouring of the body in a much better way. Another thing in the recovery is the role of massages. So one can start doing massage 5 to 7 days after the surgery is done. That will also help in prevention of the accumulation of any fluids under the skin. Thanks for watching this video. For any queries, you can contact at this number, and keep watching this space for further videos and further information about the cosmetic surgery. Thank you.